The war between humans and the Xari had lasted 7 bitter years. Cities burned on both sides. Skies turned to ash. Every treaty shattered like glass. When Commander Rel the Xari captured the human saboteur known only as Mason, she expected a monster, not a man with calm eyes and a broken smile. He stood, bloodied but unbowed, as she paced before him in the interrogation chamber. Her armor gleamed, her voice cold. "You destroyed 3 of our supply convoys," she hissed. "You killed 30 of my soldiers. Tell me why you fight." Mason met her gaze. "Because someone has to." The answer hit harder than defiance. She struck him, open-handed, the crack echoing in the metal room. "That's for being human," she spat. He didn't flinch, didn't curse, just smiled, faintly, painfully. "Then you'll love my next trick." 1. The prisoner. He didn't beg, didn't scream. Even when they dragged him to the Xari fortress, a labyrinth of steel and sand, deep beneath the crimson deserts of Veruin, the guards muttered, "He should have died already. He's one of their ghosts, a saboteur breed." Rel ignored them. She had seen bravery before and stupidity. Mason felt like something else entirely. When she ordered him to be fed and cleaned before interrogation, her adjutant frowned. "Mercy, Commander?" Rel's jaw tightened. "No, I want him alive long enough to regret what he's done." But as the days passed, Mason didn't seem to regret anything. He repaired their broken tools. He joked with the guards. Once, Rel even caught him humming an earth tune while sweeping the floor. A prisoner assigned menial work simply because no one could kill him fast enough. "Why do you smile?" she asked one evening, standing at the bars of his cell. He looked up. "Because it bothers you." 2. The debate. On the 5th day, she brought him food herself. Not pity, curiosity. "You think you're noble," she said, tossing the tray through the bars. "But your kind burn our colonies." He took the tray, set it down, "And yours erased ours. Seems we're even." Her claws clicked against her armor. "We are nothing like human." "Right," he said dryly. "You build walls. We climb them. You call that difference." That infuriated her. Yet under the anger, there was something she hadn't expected. A pulse of respect. That night, she replayed his words in her quarters. He wasn't supposed to be interesting. 3. The escape. It happened 3 nights later. A human strike team breached the fortress, breaching from below through the sand tunnels. Explosions rocked the structure. Sirens screamed. Rel ran to the detention wing and found his cell open, the door blasted clean off. "Mason!" she shouted. He stood amid smoke and debris, a free prisoner holding a stolen plasma rifle. "You came back," she said bitterly, "to finish the job." He shook his head. "No, to get you out." "What? You think your people will let you live after this base falls? I've read your files, Commander Rel. You're too honorable for your general's taste." She hesitated. Behind her, walls groaned as explosions drew closer. "You're insane," she whispered. He smiled. "That's what makes it fun." 4. The fire. They ran, side by side through collapsing tunnels, through smoke and chaos. He covered her back when the ceiling fell. She cleared his path with her blade. At one point, she turned, saw a Xari soldier aiming at Mason's back, and without thinking, she shot first. Later, as they hid behind the shattered remains of a reactor core, she realized what she'd done. She had saved him. "Why did you come back for me?" she demanded. He exhaled. "Because someone once told me saving one life is worth 1,000 battles." Was she human? He nodded. "She died because I hesitated." Rel looked at him for a long moment. Then very quietly, "I would not have hesitated." "I know," he said. "That's why you scare me." 5, the truth. When they finally reached the surface, the desert was burning. Wreckage littered the horizon. Human drop ships were already leaving. You can still run, Mason told her. Say you never saw me. She turned to him, eyes fierce. And let your kind win this world. He shook his head. I'm not here to win. Just to end it. Rel studied him. Finally seeing the truth, not a soldier, but a man carrying too many ghosts. You think dying fixes that? She asked. He smiled faintly. No, but maybe living does. 6, the line. They found refuge in a canyon at dawn. Silence filled the air, the kind of silence that comes only after everything else has been destroyed. She sat across from him, watching as he cleaned his rifle. You could have killed me that first day, she said softly. Yeah, he said. Could have. Why didn't you? He looked up. Because when you hit me, you reminded me I was still human. It's easy to forget out here. Rel blinked. Then, for the first time since the war began, she laughed. A quiet, disbelieving laugh that sounded almost human. 7, the choice. Days passed. They traveled together. Enemies who no longer fit their sides. At night, they shared stories. His about Earth, hers about the Xari moons. By the third night, the word enemy had lost its meaning. When a patrol finally found them, Rel turned to him and said, If they see you with me, they'll kill you. He checked his rifle. If they see you with me, they'll kill you first. She looked at him, really looked, and for the first time, didn't see a monster. Then she said quietly, I never thanked you. He smiled. Don't start now. You'll ruin my reputation. 8, epilogue. Months later, the war ended, not with surrender, but silence. Rumors spread through both sides. A human saboteur and a Xari commander who vanished together in the final days. Of 2 ghosts who fought under no flag, saving civilians from both armies. And sometimes in the border towns where no one asks too many questions, travelers swear they see them. A tall man and a silver scale woman, sitting by a fire under alien stars. When strangers ask who they are, he only smiles and says, just 2 soldiers tired of fighting. And if she happens to glare at him after some reckless joke, the locals sometimes hear her growl, That's for being human. To which he always replies, grinning, Then you'll love my next trick.